Hello, my mindful adventures. Are you ready for your weekly dose of the blog post? This week we're talking about awareness, specifically awareness for our conscious hibernation. So we'll be talking about tools and things you can use to go to to take action in that conscious hibernation. So you click this video because maybe the title got you, or maybe you don't believe in coincidences, and this video just rolled right around for you. Um, but regardless, there's something in here for you that you can learn from, that you can implement, that you could get ideas to just enhance your life and make your life like a little bit better, a lot better. That just depends on how deep you decide to go. I love you guys. I love you guys for being here. I truly do. And my name is Jamila. I don't usually introduce myself, but my name is Jamila. I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. This is a mindful adventure. We're here to learn, grow, and thrive together. So I hope you're along for the ride. This is the third week of the conscious hibernation. Yes, the third week of the conscious hibernation month. And we are going to be talking about, like I said, tools for conscious introspection. Excuse me. So last month, last month we talked about free will, right? We talked about taking that space between the stimuli and the reaction, and like that section right there where free will lies, where we decide whether or not we want to react in the same way that we have been, or if we want to react in a new way. That's where that little section is. That's that little section. Even just knowing that it's there, that's part of awareness. Recognizing that area, or at least recognizing that space, gives you that much power. Like, okay, not like that much power, but it gives you like a lot more power over like how you conduct yourself in your day-to-day activities and how you conduct yourself in your life. And I talked a lot about this last month, so I'll link down below the I'll link down below the spot the blog post, specifically the blog post, and the YouTube. I'll put the link up here, but the YouTube video that specifically talks about like the gap that I'm talking about here. So if you want more in-depth information about it, then you can go there. But I'll be covering this just as a summary here. But I just want you guys to know, like, we were talking about this stuff. Like, we talk about all kinds of things to help your life improve, to have a better quality of life, to just have less stress in your life. Like, I'm here for it. And of course, as always, the blog post, if you decide to check that out before the end of the video, you can go check it out in the description down below. You'll see it'll be the first blog post title listed, and then of course there'll be all the other blog post titles that I bring up, or videos that I bring up. I'll also put their companion, their companion. Well, I mean, the YouTube videos are more the companion for the blog posts, but they're meant to go together. The partner blog post, I guess we'll call it, the partner blog post, will be down below, and then the YouTube videos I'll link up here if they have YouTube videos. Okay. Now I digress. I go back a little bit, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive in, right? Like I said, if you want to read the blog post, it's down below, and all the other tools and stuff will be down below that I talk about, or up here. All right. So we looked at the my brain. Give me a second. I might have to cut out this section, bro. Or maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. I'm a person, I'm a human, being authentic, right? I do keep this. I'm drinking a extra spiced chai tea from Twinings. I always call it Twinnings, but I'm pretty sure it's Twinings. I can't remember. Based out of the UK or England, I don't know. They got the Union Jack on their stuff. Okay, so last month we talked about the free will, right? And I was really excited about that. But also during that whole free will, take action, like implement new things. I was implementing new things, right? I was implementing like I told you guys, I was implementing specifically my relationship with food, or like food that I like or tastes good to me. So I was dealing with that. Excuse me. I was dealing with that, but while going through that and thinking about things that like were tied to it, because there was a lot of like trauma wounds that were dealt with the eating quickly. Um, I want to call it eating quickly wound, but I feel like it's just like it's definitely like a not it's a bad habit. It was a habit I did not want to have because when I was a kid I didn't eat like that. So anyway, but there was a lot of things that came up with that, and a lot of things that I was realizing that I was not ignoring, but I just haven't really looked at, or at least looked in the light that I now can see it in, because I'm a different person than when I was dealing with the situation that I was dealing with before. Of course, if you want to like know more about that, like you can go check that out. Like, I'm pretty sure in the video that the video that I linked earlier, it's gonna have a little bit of my story, so you can check it out there. And then of course the blog post associated with that YouTube video. But now like while I was doing that, I was realizing also that I need to rest. Like I'm tired, but I was like, no, I gotta like get this done. I gotta do these things. I gotta get my business. I gotta get my website finished. Like my website is not where I want it to be. If I'm being honest with you guys, website is not where I want it to be. But it's okay. Like I noticed that people are still coming to visit. People are still coming to like. Okay, this bucket is kind of irritating me. I usually don't have this bucket in frame. Okay. Anywho, um, there's a lot more people coming to visit the website, which is cool. There's people who have requested things um from the website, which I thought was pretty cool. So like there's things that are happening, right? But I'm not quite where I want to be. Of course. I just started my business. Of course I want my business to be successful. I want to be booming. I want to be popping. But what I was pushing myself to the point of exertion. Like I was already trying to deal with other things outside of my business that also demanded my attention, and that's also very important. But I was using energy I didn't have. I should have been resting. And the universe really forced me to rest during last month, even though I was talking about, imposing your free will and going after what it is that you want, and going after the life that is you desire, and those types of things. And like I was like pumped up about it, but also at the same time like I needed to rest. So it was kind of a weird energy for me to work from. That's why this month we're talking about it, because I'm still going through it. Like I'm still like, every time I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to go ahead and go back to what I was doing, and the universe is telling me, no, you need to rest. Like again, and again, it's been a reoccurring. It's been reoccurring. It's been a repetitive message from the universe to me to continue to rest. So I've just been resting. I've been working where I can, doing the things that I need to do, like to try to, to get other things going, because I don't exactly make money off of this. But let's just say I was pushing myself a little too hard. I would love to make money off of this, first and foremost. Okay, I would love to, but I also know that when you do something that you love, you don't you don't make all the money off of it that like you're gonna make right off the bat. Like it's just not how that works. You have to like build. Um, I keep saying I want to like say repertoire, but like you want to build a reputation. You want to build. Um, yeah, you basically want to build a reputation, and for me, I also want to build a library and everything. So like, you know, it's obvious. Like it tracks. Like I'm not just like talking about random stuff. Like my information, it tracks. Like I've been talking about the same things. Like I do uphold the things that I talk about, and just like building that life for myself. I'm sorry, this is like such a rabbit trail, but I feel like this is really important. I feel like I need to like talk about this because that, you know, these were all the things that were coming up like last month when I was sitting here doing like this free will. I mean, you know, I was really excited, but don't get me wrong, I forget a lot that I have free will, and I remember I'm like, oh yeah, I have free will, I can do this thing, or I can do, or don't have to do this thing, you know. So I just want you guys to know, like, sometimes when you're like, oh, I'm gonna get my life right and back on track and go do these things, sometimes you just like, you get forced into a situation when you have to rest. But while you're doing it, it's important to do introspection to see like, why am I here? Like, why, what what is it that my body needs? What is it that I need to do in this moment to better help myself, so that I'm not just sitting here like, oh, I'm not doing anything to, I'm sitting here with myself. Yes, I may not be doing anything physically or be doing the things that I know I should be doing or that I would like to be doing or that I'd rather be doing. I could be doing this other thing that I haven't been doing because I've been so busy and I've been pushing. You know, this is about looking like what is going on inside, not just what's going on around us. Like, you know, we're not just looking on the outside, the external, we're looking at the internal. Like, I'm the internal engine for my business. I can't expect my business to like run at this level if I am not at a level to run it at, right? I've been resting because I'm getting ready to do something crazy. Like, I don't know exactly what that crazy. I wouldn't say do something crazy, but I don't know exactly what I'm about to do, but I'm about to do something. Like, it's about to like, something's about to pop off, okay? I can feel it. It's getting so close. I swear to God, I can taste it. I don't know what it is, but all I know is that all this rest is necessary. It's been necessary. I've been called to rest for a while now, but now I'm finally honoring that rest. And things are starting to show up in my reality that weren't showing up before, that I've needed. Things that I need. These aren't things that I just desire and want. These are things that I actually need in order to like show up 100% in my work, and show up 100% in my day-to-day life. So it's been a process. It's been eye-opening for me. I hope that you guys learn from this, what I'm about to teach you or what I'm about to talk to you guys about today, as much as I've been learning from the universe, just literally sitting me down and telling me like, hey, you need to like chill out. We're gonna do this work together. Don't worry, I'll be here to remind you to do this work. You know what I mean? Universe is like my parent, grab my hands, like, I know you've never done this before, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. And I've just been learning, and now I believe I'm ready to help and show what I've learned. I'm ready. I'm ready for show and tell, right? Like, last week we all learned the lesson, and this, you know, this week I'm ready to share what I learned from the lesson. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Kind of this. Well, for this whole month, honestly. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at the inside, right? We're looking at the internal landscape, the internal concepts, the internal the internal life. Let me just real quick rearrange this. My foot is falling asleep in this crisscross pattern. All right, we all good now. So this den, or this like root system, I guess, you know, because I've been talking about like foundations and roots and like growing and dens and hibernation and all kinds of stuff, right? So this area that we're in, where we're doing that accumulation of energy, or that accumulation of nutrients and things that we need in order to grow in springtime, to do the exponential growth, to do what it is that we're going to do, right? To enter that state of absolution, I think is the word I want to say, like, where we're a state of like being the thing, like we're absolutely that thing. It's not like, I'm not sure if you're if you're gonna like grow a little bit, you're gonna grow a lot, you're gonna grow small leaves first, big leaves. You're like, it's obvious. I can see with my eyes, okay, this is what you are, this is what you're doing. It's not like a state where you're in a state of hyper potential. See, this is where I go with that hyper again. It's not hyper, it's like something else. And I'm gonna put the term right here. I keep fucking it up. But yeah, like we're in that, but in that space, you know, where we're in the unknown, in that void, in that like in that space of being and not being all at the same time. And superposition, superposition. I think something like a state of superposition with Schrodinger's cat I talked about last week. My brain, like I told you guys, like I don't know what's happening today. But this is like, you know, it isn't like just like a place where we're physically like going to like absorb all that we need, right? To like to do what we're going to do in springtime when the conditions become favorable for us to do what we're going to do. This is our mind. Like we're training our mind, we're helping our mind, we're feeding our mind, we're getting with our mind, we're sitting down. Well, yeah, we're sitting down with our mind and we're telling ourselves like, hey, okay, what is it that we need? What it is that we're gearing up to do, or not just gearing up to do, what it is that I need to do in this moment, because each moment's a different moment. You know, what you got to do tomorrow may be different from what you got to do today. So, it's important to go inside and like to really sit with yourself and like what, you know, what's been going on in your mind recently. Like what is it, last month I was having a lot of dreams about my biological father. Like he was just like in my dreams like a lot, like last month and the month before. Like he was in quite a bit of my dreams. I'm like, why am I having dreams of him like this? Because I'm not close to him. I never really was close. He's not that kind of person. He's kind of like just like a how's the weather kind of like shoot the shit kind of person. Not really like a deep like how are you, like, you know, let's really dig into it. He's just not that kind of person. But I was having these dreams where like it was like that theme was like rehashing in my dreams, like where it's like I wanted more, but I just kept getting this surface level relationship. And I had to sit there and really think about it, like, oh, why does this keep coming up? And I'm thinking to myself, like, is it because that I'm doing this with other people, or am I doing, you know, like I was just like, you know, is it because like I never quite came to terms that like that's just how it has to be, and I'm just like, you know, I know, but I don't like fully know. Like, you know, you can know something, right? But it's not until like it's been put into practice or it's been repeated in your life or whatever that you like fully like deep down understand that like this is how it is, you know what I mean? It's like, so like, it's like, was I in a state of like denial like this whole time, you know? And I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. So when you're in a state of rest, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like soul search and have a come to Jesus kind of moment, you know what I mean? But it does mean that there is probably something that's going on within your reality that's like triggering something, or something in your reality may cause a trigger in something that you need a rest for to get ready to deal with in your life. So it's really important. I'm just saying, like, it's really important to like take mental note, like, what's been going on in my mind? What have I been like going through and like thinking about and dealing with that I have been ignoring recently because I've either been too busy or maybe I don't know how to, but I've just known that these things are just coming up, and now I'm actually like, I want to learn how. Like, you wouldn't have clicked on this, or you wouldn't have let this play unless you thought this title was interesting, or that you're like, oh, tools, I need tools. I feel like I need some type of tool to add to my toolkit, you know, to help me with my emotional situations and my emotions in general, like, you know, dealing with your, because emotions are funny things. Emotions are like like for the longest time, like I wish I just didn't feel anything, but now I feel so much more deeply than I ever did, and I wish that I never like, you know, regretted feeling as deeply as I do. But you know, I wouldn't be the person I am now if I didn't have those regrets and deal with all that stuff. And then now I'm helping other people, and I feel like I can help other people feel deeply, more deeply than I feel most people do feel. I feel like that was a little jumbled, but you get me, you get me. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. We moving on. But it's important to, like, start thinking about these things. And then one of the things I like to do is journal, especially if it's something that's been bothering me. Like I said, I write down my dreams. I didn't say that before, but I said it before, but I haven't said it in this video. I write down my dreams, not all of them. I record them. I'll either talk them out, or I'll write them down if they were like really profound, or like really like just like dreams that I'm remembering, especially if I have a lot of dreams in one night, because sometimes I'll have like 3 or 4 dreams in one night, and I'll remember all of them, and I write them down. And as I'm writing them down, I realize that there's a lot of overlap, or like a lot of things that are happening. It's like the same message, like in a different font. Like, okay, you don't get it like that. Okay, how about like this? Okay, you don't get it like that. Okay, how about I feel like that's how like my dreams have been talking to me. But like, I write it down, I get it down, or at least like talk to somebody about it, like I get it out there. If I get it out there, then I'm able to like look at it from a different perspective. Like I heard myself speak it. Now I can think about the words I said, or I wrote it down. Now I can read back what I wrote. Or, if I record it, then I can listen back to the message, so that I can try to figure out like what's going on, or not just what's going on, but like try to understand like where this emotion or feeling, or maybe this reoccurring like memory or thought, is coming from, and like how it's affecting you, and how it's like affecting your day-to-day life and activities. If it is, if it's not, I mean, it could just be something that pops up and you're like, why do I keep thinking about it? That's kind of weird. Maybe the color green, like a specific color green that someone told you that they liked, it was a color that they liked. They told you they liked it. And then that color, for whatever reason, just keeps popping up in your reality, and you're like, I don't know why that keeps happening. That's kind of weird. It's like, but it's not like, it's not like, oh my gosh, groundbreaking, like super like set in with trauma. No, it doesn't always have to be that way. Sometimes it's just something that doesn't quite make sense. Like maybe maybe the word sour cream, or like you keep having sour cream in all your meals, and it's like not something that's normal. Like you don't normally have sour cream, but for whatever reason, sour cream is just everywhere. It's at every turn. It's just everywhere you go. It's just sour cream, and you're just like, why sour cream? And then you don't find out until like months later or whatever, like, like it was, or maybe it just doesn't have any reason. It was just like random, like, it's just sour cream everywhere. I don't know, stuff like that. You just you're working through. Maybe if it like bothers you, like, why does it bother you? Why does seeing sour cream everywhere bother you? Why is sour cream being in every meal? Why does that bother you? Do you not like sour cream? Maybe you do like sour cream, but it's just the fact that it's repetitively constant in your face. Maybe you don't like when things are repeated. Maybe you don't like when you hear something once and you just keep hearing it over and over. You don't know. Like like it could be that deep, or maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know. But if it's something that's like something that is from trauma, I feel like you should definitely sit down with yourself and be like, okay, where is this coming from? And how can I best support myself through this analysis of emotion and analysis of memory. Okay. Yes, I love journaling. Also, like, physically writing things, I feel like it just has a different pizzazz than like typing. Like typing, I don't know. I feel like when you write, you remember things a lot better, and you're also able to like commit things. We're not just remembering things, but also you're able to like get your thoughts out better. Because when you type, you're like, oh, I can just delete this whole thing, it's gone. But when you're writing, or when you're writing with pen, or you're writing with pencil, even with pencil, because you have to erase and shit, like, you're more careful about what you're writing down. So I feel like when you write down, it's like, I don't know, you want to make sure you don't make mistakes. You want to make sure it's as true as possible. At least for me, when I write, I want to make sure it's as true as possible. So I want to make sure I remember everything, all the details correctly, so I can like write them down correctly, so that in the future, when I come back to them, I can remember the occasion correctly, or the dream, or whatever it is, that I'm recording. So I recommend writing on paper or pen, you know what I mean? Just actually writing it out. And I know, like, I love the universe for some reason. I love paper. I love trees. You know, I love. You know, there's other things you can use recycled paper. You can write on the back of like bills that you get, like, like literally. What is it? Oh, this is in my hands. I was looking for this paper. It's in my hand. The back of this. Yeah, the back of this is literally like the back of one of my not plays, one of the skits that I did earlier in my in the life of this endeavor. So, you know, there's ways to figure it out. There's ways to work through it. And work through it, I mean, like, write down stuff and like not feel like you're wasting paper. I don't know. Well, we're gonna get into it, okay? Because I have some journal prompts that I want to share with you, and then I have some prompts that are coming up as I'm like talking to you guys. I'm excited to share with you because I love to journal. Okay, so the teaching the gap, like I said, that pause in between. Yeah, the pause in between the stimuli and the reaction. So when okay, so I have it down here on winter blues, but I mean, honestly, for any negative reaction, or any reaction, or something that you like, or a feeling, or something that it is that you don't like, or that you don't want to react in a way, or want to like give emotion to, but you know, you want to fix it, you want to like kind of shy away from it. Like, don't immediately like retreat. Like, give it a couple seconds, right? Like, sit in it for a little couple seconds. Um, this is, like I said, that's that spot where that free will lives. But it's also that spot where you can really take note on how you're reacting to the situation, and how you're reacting to, excuse me, and how you're reacting to um, difficulties in general, not just like what you're dealing with, not just the emotion in the moment or the negative response in the moment, but just honestly anything in the moment. If you hit anything, like, it doesn't even have to be a negative emotion. It could be a positive emotion too, like that you could um want to pause and like before you react. And honestly, I feel like you should do this with everything, you know. Do this with everything before you like completely commit to a reaction, to like just, I don't know, see how life could be a little different if you decide that you want to react in a different way, of course. Plus, it also just gets you like used to diffusing or pausing during extremely difficult emotions. Like, to say you have like you're really angry, or you're like really like sad, like hysterically crying, you know, that type of thing, and or your mind's spinning or going, or I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, you know, it's doing it's it's doing its mental gymnastics. Hi, honey. While you're trying to It's doing its mental gymnastics while you're trying to. I don't know what just happened. My mind just went blank. Oh, doing its mental gymnastics while you're trying to like get away from like an unwanted feeling or emotion or something like that, when you could just like sit with it for a second, and then feel like kind of feel into like that uncomfortable gymnastics, that mental gymnastics. Like, where is this coming from? Why does this feel so uncomfortable? Like, does it remind me of something? Is it linked to something? Is it linked? You got a piece of glass. Okay. Is it linked to something? Is it linked to a traumatic experience? Is it linked to something that happened? Hey, no, you're knocking over. Come over here. Is it linked to something that happened last week? Is it linked to a collective trauma, like, you know, something that happened to my family, something that happened to, you know, the people that I associate with, you know, that type of thing. Instead of just being like, it makes me feel this way and I don't want to feel that way. Like, let's look into it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. If you lunge at me one more time, I'm gonna lunge at you and I'm gonna bite you and you're not gonna like it. Thank you. He's like, where's my blanket? Remember, you took off before I could put it on? I'm just kidding. No, I don't have a blanket for you. Yes. What? Okay. He put his paw on me and then he just started licking the base of his tail. Yep. He's a weird one. Oh, almost lost my stuff. No, nothing you can help me with, sir. Remain seating. Remain seated. Okay. So the goal, right, is not from is from moving from like being or like letting the emotion or behavior or whatever fully like engulf you and take you over as a person to move into a point or a yeah, a point or perspective, a point or a perspective, that's the word I'm looking for, where you're actually able to see it from like a different perspective, yay, like from the outside. I have a favorite, I have a couple, actually almost all the people that I listen to that do like the positive, not positive, well, let me get positive, but like self-help and stuff like that, when they talk about when you are getting emotional or if you're getting like extra charge or whatever like that, there's a lot of people, one of the things they like to do is like, before you decide to react to yourself, like you react to yourself normally, how would your friend, your friend that really loves and cares about you, you maybe like your ride or die, like your whole life, or maybe like a family member that loves you very much, like what would they say to you? Like, look at it from their perspective. How would they, like, they see you that you're struggling, they see that you're dealing with some stuff, because of things from your past, and like this might be like adding to the weight on your shoulders, to the stress, like, or are they gonna like look at you and like tell you some foul shit off rip? No, they're not gonna do that. So when you have something like this come up, you can always look at it like as if you're that person. I do that. I always I do it too, but I do it a little differently. Like I actually look at it from like my higher self's point of view, because like, yes, my higher self and me are the same person. The higher, like my higher self is like my spiritual self, the self of me, that the self of me, the part of me that never forgot like what my goal is what my goal is here, and like all this stuff, all the contracts and all the stuff I made before I got here, like that part of me, um that part of me loves me profoundly. There's a lot of sounds. But that part of me loves me profoundly, and I always think to myself, like when I'm like getting down on myself, like, is that how higher Jamila would think of herself? Like, is that, because obviously I love myself. I'm not gonna want anything bad to happen. I want to see myself thrive and succeed, because like if I don't want myself to thrive and succeed, then like damn, like that's pretty fucked. But that's how I do it. That's just me. You might have someone in your life that you're like, oh yeah, like, or you're maybe you have a partner, maybe you're like married, maybe you have like a husband or a wife, or whoever that like really loves and like admires and like and cares for you and wants the best for you, and you could always be like, well, how would they talk to me right now? Like, obviously they're not gonna tell you you're fucking stupid and you're an idiot, you should have never done that, and like they're not gonna rip you a new one. Of course, if it affects your entire life, it was like a stupid decision. And I say stupid. I say stupid like a great assault, because honestly, like, you learn something. Like, that's not something you should be doing or something that you should do in the future. Like, it might have sucked in that situation. You lost a lot, and there was a lot of loss that came from it. But there was also a lot of gain that came from it, because you gained knowledge that like what you did just wasn't wasn't it. But I'm just saying, like, outside of like just if they because their initial reaction, they're allowed to their reaction, if they're mad, but they're not gonna like tell you that forever. Like, you guys gotta figure it out. You guys gotta like get it together. You guys gotta bounce back, because that's what it's about. That's what we're here doing. I wish my hand was warm. I'm sorry, dude. My hand's cold. Every time I put my hand on a warm part of him, he just starts shivering even more. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, the goal is to move from, like I said, being completely enveloped by the motion to absorbing the motion. And from that point, we can, and from that point, yes, and from that point, we can move to changing and like developing that reaction to better suit our needs. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is upside down. Okay, so here's some prompts. So one of the prompts that I have for this that I wrote down earlier is, what is being pruned in your life right now? Like, what's being taken out of your life right now? And then what is being protected beneath the frost? Like, because, during the winter time, most of this tree is putting most of its energy underneath into the roots, because the roots are in like underneath the frost line, or it depends on where you live. Okay, if you live where it's really fucking cold and there's permafrost and all this stuff, but we're not gonna get into that. Okay, but you but anyway, trees are putting most of their their energy into like underneath the soil right now. They're not putting much of their energy into above ground right now. Like this tree, there's not, you can't really see the top, but there's not like green leaves and stuff. It's putting most of its energy into the roots, keeping the energy down there so that it can survive through winter time without its leaves, so it can go within itself to prepare itself for exponential growth in the springtime. You look so awkward. So like, what are you putting? So basically, yeah, what are you putting? What are you getting rid of, or what is being taken from you? And what are you putting your energy into to build up and to make into this like fortified thing, or fortified, making sure the light's on, or fortified experience. Fortified experience? I think that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah. So that's one of the major prompts for this, because like I said, like, this is all about, we're learning to winter, and when you're wintering, when plants winter, they, like I said, they put all their energy down below the roots. Like, what are you putting your energy into that's going to help you grow in the future? So like, what are you doing now? Like me, I'm learning how to really truly relax and not feel like I'm not doing anything, and also how to relax in a way that I'm still growing and I'm still putting in work, but I'm also still like dealing with the things that I know that are still bothering me, that are still holding me back in some way, or that are still forming this false identity and false reality for me in my own life, like creating this false identity for me, because I don't want to be, I don't need to be a victim. So I gotta work through everything, I gotta rewrite the story so that I am no longer the victim, right? Because I'm only a victim if I keep telling the story in such a way that I am the victim. I was a victim, but I am no longer a victim. No, you can't have me. Black tea is not good for dogs. No, it's not. What? My hand is cold. Is this what you wanted? Okay. Okay. And then, oh yeah. So pruning. So yeah. So I said earlier, pruning, like you getting rid of things, or like the universe taking rid of taking things away from you. Like for me, like I was having things taken away from me, and at the same time, I was also having the universe like force me to rest. So like basically, kind of like taking away the busyness for me, like pruning that, and like forcing me to introspect. But for you, like, what are you like? Maybe you're like physically taking things away, like maybe you're like actually physically cleaning out your space, getting rid of clutter, or physically, like, maybe there's just some people in your life that you know are just not good influences, so you gotta drop them. Or maybe there's like specific like apps on your phone, or maybe there's phone usage that you need to like cut down on, whatever. Like, you're cutting down on something, like you're letting it die, like you're letting it go, like you're letting it be, like you're letting it live its life without you, because it doesn't need you to survive. Not my dog, but he getting he learning too. I don't know why you didn't go inside earlier when grandma and grandpa came. You could have went inside earlier, but now you're out here with me and you don't have your sweater on. Not that his sweater does much to help him anyway. But I know he's cold. He wants to go inside. He keeps asking me. We're almost done. I promise. I promise. Go listen to the neighbor boy play the drums. Okay. He's like, no. So yeah. So, like, what are you getting rid of, right? What are you getting rid of to focus on you, to make your life better, to improve you, so that you can better serve whatever it is that's important to you, whether that be yourself and your endeavors, or other people around you, or whatever it is that you deem to be important, because we're all different people, and what I find important you might not find important at all. So it's up to you to just decipher that for yourself. And then another prompt I wanted to share with you guys that that kind of came to me just now, well, not just now, but a little bit earlier while I was talking, was what do I want to grow in the future? Like, what do I want to grow in the springtime, with the winter theme? And when you answer this prompt, like, write down like what it is that you want to, like, what do you want to grow into? What do you want to become? Who do you want to become? Like, what kind of like lifestyle changes do you want to have? Or like, what do you want to like, what kind of flower do you want to be? Like, like, what is your outcome? What is what do you what is it that you want to be? And then you can take that prompt and then answer the question after that: what do I need to do in order to accomplish that, right? And you can then write down, like, okay, in order to be a person, I don't know, maybe you want to be calm, cool, and collected, and you also want to be good with your money, and you want to be independent and all that stuff, right? So in order to do that, you have to be a person who knows how to handle your emotions. You also need to be a person who knows how to regulate your emotions and self-soothe and things of that nature. You also need to be a person that needs to know how to communicate your needs and desires with others, and also need to be a person who knows how to prioritize certain financial situations over others, or prioritize someone who's able to organize and prioritize things that need to be done in their life. Like, if you want to, like, like, there's a lot of different changes you have to do, so like you got to write down like what kind of person do you have to become, and then from there, then you can like kind of like figure out, okay, what do you want to do in order to implement that? Maybe you want to, like, one of the things you want to do is yoga. Like, you want to learn how to what is it, do like some type of somatic practice, and like work through trauma in that way, so you can move through things that like cause you anger or rage, or tense sadness or depression and things of that nature, like anxiety, because sometimes those things are genetically passed down from generation, and it's not something that you can just like heal through. But sometimes it is something that like you can heal through, something that you can work through, because it's something that you've inflicted upon yourself, so you can then uninflict that upon yourself, right? Okay, I'll keep petting you. And then yes, so the next part is my little section about vulnerability for me personally, because I just want you guys to know I like to journal. I love to journal. journaling is one of those things that helps me learn and grow and develop, and also helps me just like think through things. Like I said earlier, like I journal, right? I like to journal and like try to figure things out. Like I've been like not the journaling that I've been doing for the dreams, the journaling that I've been doing like in conjunction with the things that I've been doing for my rest, with the intention to rest, not their intention to but to do, like to keep doing things, to do things um with the amount of energy and everything that I was doing before, that masculine energy, um instead of being more in my feminine and like resting and allowing and letting things be. The things that I was journaling from my dreams, like I've noted, I've recognized a pattern. Like I've not recognized patterns. I've recognized things that I never recognized before, and now it's coming like it's becoming more obvious to me, or it's becoming more clear, because my dreams were always weird. They were always like really strange. Like what does like I'll tell you what my dream is. And like that's really fucking weird. What does that have to do with anything? And I'd be like, I don't know. And now it's becoming, I'm starting to understand like what my dreams are trying to tell me. I'm starting to understand like what it is that is going on, or what is I guess coming for me, I guess, in a way. Like it's like a clairvoyance type of situation where I'm like learning like what's ahead of me in the coming months and years. But aside from the woo woo kind of talk, like actually writing down like what's going on, and writing down like my thoughts and the things that I'm experiencing, and like just like the things that I've been like kind of like experimenting with and like learn from, it's helping me. Like I said, it's helping me find patterns. It's helping me understand like what it is that I'm going through, or maybe what I should focus on, or what I should seek guidance on or help with, and to learn to be that person that I want to be, the person that I desire to be, the person that I know I deserve to be, and I know I can be, because I see myself being that person. Just like I'm pretty sure you see yourself being that person that you see yourself being, and why you clicked on this in the first place, right? Why you're even here, trying to help yourself become that person that you want to be, that you desire to be, that you want to be. I feel like I'm like a broken record at this point, but seriously, like, you deserve that. You deserve to have to be who it is that you want to be. And, also you also deserve how to to learn how to do things without being forced to do them. If you don't know, of course you don't know, and then you'll find out when after you get forced a couple times, like what's happening. You know what I mean? And you'll figure it out, like, oh, that's what was happening. Because someone will say something that like reminds you of the situation. You're like, oh, that's what was happening to me. That happens to me all the time. I'll talk to somebody and then they'll say something, and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this one time that, yeah, it it happens so often. It's so funny to me that happens to me, but I hope it happens to you, right? So you learn, and you can learn and grow and develop and make leaps and bounds like I have, to become a person who's so excited to just be alive and breathing that I don't know how to explain it. I'm just so excited to be alive and breathing. You know? And also like writing like helps like release a lot of tension and like negativity. I also feel like it's like it helps with the grounding process. From last week we were talking about grounding, and writing also helps with that. I feel like, because you're like putting a little piece of yourself down on the paper. It's your intention and your feelings all on that paper, making it like semi-permanent. Nothing's permanent, but like it's semi-permanent, whether you're using pencil or pen. Excuse me. Okay. So I hope that you guys, take this information, take these tools, and like learn how to enact awareness into your life. I feel like I'm reaching for these extra fancy words when I don't know. I don't know. But I hope that this helps you, like seriously, that helps you like reach some awareness and like bring some awareness into your life so that you can better your life. Because without awareness, how are you supposed to know what you need to change or fix or tweak? Or I mean, and like I hate saying fix because we're not broken, right? And we're healing from wounds, but we're not broken, right? We're not broken. That's just not possible. It's impossible for us to be broken. But we are healing and healing from some like bumps and bruises, and some of the cuts, they leave scars, and they leave that memory. But for the most part, like, we're better for it. Sometimes it doesn't feel like we are, but I feel like we are. We're better for it because we're becoming. You wouldn't be that person that you are without it, even if it seemed like the most heinous, fucking horrible shit ever. Other people also go through those heinous, horrible, awful shits, and they were in your situation where they felt like their life would never get better and that nothing would ever change and that they were doomed. But guess what? You got through it, and you are proof to them that they can also do the same thing, that they don't need to give up, and their life can get better, right? And maybe you're not in a situation where you feel like life can get better. I just want you to know life can get better. I really do. Like I'm like literally, I'm so excited just to breathe air, like 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 just that alone just makes me so excited and pumped and just happy to just be here and to share and to do what I can to like spread this knowledge. Because even if someone didn't make it all the way to the end of the video, at least they got something. They walked away with something, even if they were like low-key annoyed with me. They walked away with something, right? I'm just glad that I'm able to help where I can, and that I'm able to just I'm just able to do what I can from where I at. Go get the mouse. Okay. Yes. So my call to action, my little what is it? Prompt. The prompt for that, I usually do a prompt anyway, but the prompt is the first prompt that I shared with you. What is being pruned from your life right now, and what is being protected beneath the frost? If you want to share those things, you can totally share below in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. I would love to know what you guys are pruning and what you guys are cultivating and growing and gearing up for the growth that's coming up. And I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for you to change your life. I'm excited for you to get excited about life. I'm excited about life, and I just want you to be excited about life, because life is something to be excited about. It doesn't have to be fucking awful. But I love you guys so much. Like I said, down below are all the resources of all the blog posts and things that I brought up, and of course the blog post for this week is down below. Like I said, oh, I never told you the title of the blog post. The title is "Tracing the Shadow: Introspection Tools for the Conscious Hibernator," because we're consciously hibernating, and introspection tools, this awareness. We're doing the awareness, we're doing the awareness this month, this week. We're doing the awareness this week. We are doing the conscious hibernation this month. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your 24 hours wherever you are on that scale. I hope you guys like, share, follow on social media. All those links are down below, and of course on my channel home. And I don't post very often, so just hit that bell. You gotta get notifications at least once a week. I promise you, I won't be sending you like a billion notifications in 1 week. One day. I don't do like I don't do that many posts in 1 day. All right, I love you guys so much, and I just hope that you guys have, like I said, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm always here for the long-winded. The long-winded goodbyes, because I love you guys, and I'm horrible at saying goodbye. Okay, bye.